Coaches do this a lot. They'll say, hey, come and join I'm a life coach and I can help you over 8 weeks. I've got an 8-week coaching program where I'm going to help you, overcome and build your best life and and all that kind of stuff. Okay, fine, great. But then now you're competing with every other life coach that has an 8-week coaching package, right? It doesn't sound new. However, if you say to them, hey, I have a brand new method of getting you from feeling like you're just existing to actually living your life again. And it's called my Life Accelerator Blueprint. It's brand new, no one else has done it before, and it helps you go from feeling like you're just going through the motions and existing to actually living your life again. Would you like to know more?
Welcome to the Mind Over Money podcast with Jessen James.
Hello everyone and welcome to this special episode of the Mind Over Money podcast. Now, during this session, I'm going to be teaching you 13 sales triggers that is going to help you to sell anything to anyone at any time. So let's get stuck straight into it. So you're going to want to take some notes, guys. If you're listening to this or you're watching this, you're going to want to take some notes. So number one, speed. Now, I'm not talking about the drug, okay? What I mean is, this is a sales trigger that makes people buy. What does this mean? If you can get someone something done or shipped quickly, they are more likely to buy. Because there's a saying in life, fast beats free. Let's be honest. If you're ordering something online right now, would you go for standard delivery that's free, that's going to take 3 to 7 days to get to you? Or would you just pay a little bit more for express shipping so you get it in 24 hours? Which one are you likely to choose? I guess you're going to go with express shipping. Why? Because you want it now. So when you're selling a product or a service, if you can get someone a quick result, if you can get it for them faster, if you can get them to where they want to go quicker, then ultimately you're going to get the sale. The second thing, money. What do I mean by this? Look, if you can leverage your product or your service to help someone make money or save money or do both, they are more likely to invest in you. Now, this is very common with people who are in the consulting space or the business consultancy space or marketing space or sales space where they're trying to sell a service. Now, look, if what they're selling can help someone make money quickly, they're more likely to invest. Also, in the business consultancy world, if you're likely to help a company save money on their balance sheet or their P&Ls or whatever it is, then they're more likely to invest with you. If people can see a clear return on investment, then suddenly they don't see what they're buying from you as a cost, then they see it as an investment instead. So that's a really, really important one. Can your product or service or whatever it is that you're selling save someone money, make them money, or do both of those things? If you could do both, you're on to a winner. Number 3, certainty. Look, people want to know that they can get results. They can get their money back even. It's like a guarantee. When you are certain about what it is that you're selling, when you're certain that you can get someone a result, when you back it up with guarantees and things like that, then ultimately people are going to part with money because they kind of say, well, it's going to be a win-win. Like I've got to win. And if I don't win, I get my money back. So now look, there's a caveat to that. I'm not saying you go and give money back guarantees to absolutely everything. But what I'm saying is there any way for you to fulfill this need of certainty that your prospect has when you are selling to them? Now, look, here's the thing. Whatever your prospect is missing, they must see in you. So if they're feeling uncertain, they must see certainty in you. If you're not certain about your offering, if you're not certain you can get them a result, they're going to pick up on that uncertainty and they're already feeling uncertainty, which basically means they're not going to want to invest in more of what they've already got. They're already uncertain. Why would they want to buy into more uncertainty? So think about what I'm saying. If your client's not feeling very confident, they must see confidence in you. If your client's not feeling very certain, they must see certainty in you. So I hope that makes sense. So they've got to see certainty in you, in what you're offering them. And can you offer any certainty by way of guarantees or anything like that? If you could do that, happy days. Next sale trigger, number 4, pain. What do I mean by this? Look, there's a saying. The bigger the problem, the more people will pay. Look, if you are walking down a road in a foreign country right now, maybe you're on holiday or away on business, and you had the most terrible migraine come on, Now, for those of you who've never suffered with a migraine before, you might not know what that means, but it's painful to the point where you can't see clearly. You can't even open your eyes. You can't even think. You can't even function. You're just feeling sick. You just want to lay down, and it literally can cripple you. Now, imagine you're going through that right now and you're in a foreign country and you believe in pharmacology, by the way. For those people who are listening and watching this right now who are into herbal remedies and don't take drugs, I feel you. But I want you to go with this for a minute. Imagine you believe in this pharmacology and you've got this massive migraine and you walk into the pharmacy and the pharmacy says, hey, look, no problem. I've got 2 solutions for you. Number 1, take this tablet. It's only $5. Your migraine will be gone in 2 hours. Now you're thinking, okay, that could work, but I'm in so much pain right now and it's crippling me. But then they go, but option 2 is, I've got this other tablet. It's $20, but your migraine will be gone in 10 minutes. Now, which one are you more likely to choose if you are really, really in pain right now? $20. You go for the fast one, right? Now, that proves my point. The bigger the pain, the more people will pay. So how can you tap in to the problem that your prospect is going through and amplify that so that they can feel it more, so that they invest with you? Now, here's the problem with prospects when you're talking to them. Most of them are deleting pain or not seeing pain they're going to go through in the future if they don't work with you right now. So if you can learn to tap into these when you are making your offer to people, amplify the pain, the more it hurts, the more they will pay. And that's the way it is, okay? So pain is a sales trigger. Number 5, convenience. Look, people will buy because of convenience. The more convenient you can make something for somebody, the more likely it is they are going to buy. Now, Amazon, for example, why did they come up with one-click buy? Because they realized for every extra click that someone clicks on their website, they were losing up to 30% of their sales. Why? Because people are impatient. I can't be asked to click again and click again and click this and click here and go here and put your card details in here. Like, if you go and shop on Amazon right now, it's just quick. It's done. It's convenient. They can get you stuff shipped to you the same day. Like, yes, okay, you can walk down the road and go to the shop and maybe get it a little bit cheaper, maybe. But you know what? Convenience. It's quick. It's quick. You don't even have to leave your house. Sometimes you're getting stuff that's way cheaper than buying on the high street anyway. So it's convenient. So if you can create convenience for people, they're more likely to buy. Now, let me explain another way. Now, I have kids. I refuse to take my children to a theme park unless they have a fast track ticket. What does that mean? Look, I'm not going to dress it up. My kids can be a pain in the backside when they want to be. I know what they're like. We'll queue up for 2 hours for a ride. And just as we get to the front of the ride, here's what they're going to do. Daddy, I need to go to the toilet. Man, now I've got to get out of the queue, take them to the toilet, and then go back to the queue and queue up for another 2 hours. I'm not going to risk that. Plus, my time is precious. I don't want to queue up. I want to be that person. Yeah, you know that person that gets the looks from people because they think you're jumping the queue, but really you got a fast track ticket, so you don't have to queue like that. Yeah, I want to be that guy who gets those looks because I don't have a problem with that. Why? Because I will pay more for convenience. Think about it. It's like meet and greet parking at the airport. I don't want to park my car somewhere far and then jump on a bus and then have to freaking time it to get to the thing and drag my suitcase. No, I want to park outside the airport. I want to take my luggage and I want to go inside. Done. So you get VIP express meet and greet parking. Again, people will pay more for convenience. Okay. So that's a really, really cool one. Number 6, FOMO, the fear of missing out. Yes, it's a sales trigger. People don't like missing out on stuff. Now, some of you watching this right now or listening to this right now, you may have found yourself in a situation where someone made you an offer, and if you didn't get it, you felt like you were going to miss out because everybody else is getting it. And just that fear of missing out triggered you to buy something. So look, I know some people use it in a sleazy way, but I'm just trying to explain some sales psychology to you here. FOMO, fear of missing out, is an actual sales trigger, which will help people buy from you. Next, number 7, exclusivity. If you can implement exclusivity into your offer, people are more likely to buy. Now, what does that actually mean? Can you make it something that's only available to them and them alone? You're not going to sell it to anyone else. It's just for them and them alone. Now, think about it. Now, this is not just to do with FOMO here. This is to do with it's exclusive. No one else is going to have this. So, for example, have you seen car manufacturers like Bugatti or even clothing lines and famous designers and stuff? Have you seen that they make limited editions of things where there's only like, I don't know, 1 of 10 in the world? It's exclusive. No one else in the world will have it. You'll have number 5 of 10 or 6 of 10 or 1 of 10. You are going to be one of the only 10 owners of this particular thing. No one else is going to see it. So think about this right now, right? If you feel like it's exclusive, which is a trigger. Now, look, Louis Vuitton do this. Now, I love Louis Vuitton. I love going in there. I love people who know me know it's one of my favorite shops. I love walking into Louis Vuitton. Here's the problem with Louis Vuitton, though. They know me. And here's what happens. I'll be buying a belt or buying something or whatever it is. And they'll go, sorry, sir. I'm just going to go get something run back. It's not on sale to anyone else. I'm going to show it to you. And if you like it, I think you should get it because we don't have many. Okay, go in, get it. Now, I know what they're doing. That same thing that they've just said, whether it's a bag they're going to bring out or a pair of shoes, that same thing that they said it's not for sale on the floor, but we've got it round the back, safe for people just like yourself. What are they doing? They're making me feel exclusive. They're making it feel like it's just for me. I know full well when I leave, they're going to drop the same line on the next person. I get it. But you know what? It's a sales trigger and it helps people to buy. Okay? So that's number 7. Number 8, status. Status. Look, people, write this down if you're taking notes. People will pay to maintain or enhance their status. I'll say that again. People will pay to maintain or enhance their status. Now, what do I actually mean by this? Look, think about it. If you are already accustomed to living a certain lifestyle, would you want to drop back? No. So look, this is why there's this whole thing of keeping up with the Joneses. Ever heard of that before? Why do people want to keep up with the Joneses? To save face. Why do they want to save face? To maintain their status. If you're like middle class right now and you're used to doing middle class stuff, for example, you don't want to be seen doing anything apart from middle class stuff. Why? Because you will drop your status if you're seen doing that. So you will pay to maintain your status. And here's the other thing. People who, in their mind, don't actually have much status will pay to enhance their status. For example, there are people out there who buy VIP tickets when they can't really afford VIP tickets. Why do they do that? So that they can enhance their status. They want to feel above everybody else. So that is a sales trigger right there. Status. Okay? So where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number 9, fear. Fear. Now, this is not fear of missing out. Okay? This is fear of consequences, which you can kind of link to pain if they don't buy. Now, look, what am I trying to say here? There's arguments for positive-based sales techniques where you sell benefits to people. But look, here's the thing. I'm a big believer in people will run from a burning building before they run towards their dreams. It's just how people are. They will avoid pain rather than run towards pleasure. That's what human beings do. I mean, we walk past the newspaper stand and we see 2 newspapers. One says beautiful summer day. The other one says storm coming. Which one do you go and pick up? Storm coming. Why? Because you want to know where the hell that storm is so you can get the heck up out of there, right? So pain, problems, fear. Our brains are already wired around this. You can't undo that. That's built into our DNA from the survival ages of the stone man, caveman, whatever you want to call them ages. We were built to survive, to detect pains, danger. So when people are afraid, they will buy. It's a trigger. It will trigger them to do something and move forwards. Now, sometimes people call this scaremongering. Well, as long as you're doing it ethically and you're not just trying to hoodwink people so you can sell them rubbish, then I think it's okay to do that. For example, there are people out there right now who are watching this or listening to this, and they are unfortunately completely oblivious to the fact that if they don't take charge of their finances right now, it's going to come and bite them in the backside. And that's me being honest. Look, let me just say something to all of you right now. The economy is in a very crazy place. So, if you are going to rely on the economy, you are going to get shut down. So here's what successful people do. There's the economy, and then there's our economy. And successful people have figured out that I have zero control over the economy, but I have control over my economy. So why am I telling you that? Unless you start figuring out a way right now to create your own economy and stop worrying about and depending on the state of the economy, well, here's my gentle warning to you. You are going to get wiped out. That's fact. So, am I scaremongering you right now, or am I actually helping you? Because right now, if I was selling you a solution to help you get unstuck right now and bulletproof your financial future, I genuinely believe, because I don't sell crap, I genuinely believe I'm helping you right now. I am making you aware of something, and I'm not scaremongering you. I'm just being honest with you. Unless you become someone of high value, unless you become someone who's got highly valuable skills that can help you to make money and earn money and diversify your money and create your own economy, and you're going to be wiped out. You're going to be wiped out. So look, it's no secret that I'm the person who helps you if you want to be able to sell more, influence people more, or use your voice as a speaker or a salesperson to diversify your income and become bulletproof. Now, look, one thing people can't take away from you right now are your skills. They can't take away what's in your head and what's in your heart. They can't take that. They can take your assets. You could lose your job. You could lose your house. You could lose your car. But people can never take away what's up here in your head and what's down here in your heart. No one can take that away from you. So why am I telling you this? If right this very moment you haven't invested in you, who is the biggest asset going right now, then unfortunately, here's what's going to happen. When things go wrong, you're going to go with them. I'll say that again. When things go wrong, you're going to go with them because you are dependent on others providing for you. So you need to invest in high value skills. So if right now you want some help with becoming a better salesperson or a better speaker, to learn those two highly valuable skills, high paying skills, then let me know down below, either in the comments or drop us an email on success@jessenjames.com. That's success@jessenjames, Jessen, James.com, or check out one of the links in our show notes down below and we'll hook you up with some support. And I've even got some free training for you guys as well if you want some more help with that, okay? Now, I just kind of scared you a little bit into, if you don't bulletproof your financial future, you're going to get wiped out, didn't I? But look, I've done it for a reason, because I want to help you. I know what it's like to be vulnerable, and now I have financial certainty. It's not just about financial freedom, it's financial certainty. I know that I can make money whenever I want because I have high value skills, and I want to pass those onto you. So like I said, drop us an email on success@jessenjames.com or look for one of the links in the show notes and we'll hook you up with that. All right, let's move on. Number 10, demand. That's another sales trigger. Demand. What does that mean? Look, when things are in high demand, people are more likely to buy. All right. Now, look, we went through some crazy times some years back. I'm not going to say when, but you'll know what I'm talking about. And it involved toilet paper, or a lack of. Now, I still don't know till today why people thought stockpiling on toilet paper was going to solve their problems. But anyway, it happened. So would you agree with me that because there was a lack of supply, the demand went up? And because the demand went up, people were charging more. Sales trigger. So when things are in demand, they will trigger people to buy, okay? So think about that, all right? Next, Number 11, scarcity. What do I mean by this? Some people get this mixed up with demand. No, demand is when people want something that they want it, and there's a high demand out there for it. Scarcity is when there's a limitation on numbers, all right? Now, when you use genuine scarcity, I'm not talking about all these people who, I don't know, sell get-rich-quick courses and go, oh, for the first 3 people to buy it right now, I can only do it for 3 of you. I'm going to give you X, Y, Z. And then the next week, they're giving it away to everybody again. Like, it's just lies. So when you have genuine scarcity, for example, a lot of people who follow me are coaches or consultants. They're working with people one-to-one. My guess is if you're an astute coach or mentor or consultant, you'll understand that you have capacity. You'll understand that you can only work with X amount of people at a certain time, right? Now, if you're mindful of that, you'll know, like, hey, for example, I can only work with 10 people at any given time. And unless there's a space available, I can't take in any more clients. Now, if you know that your maximum capacity is 10, but you're only operating on 7 right now, you've only got 7 clients right now, genuine scarcity is you've only got 3 spaces left. Now, if there's 10 people interested in working with you, you can genuinely say, I can only take 3 people on. And you mean that. And because you mean it and there's certainty around it and people know you're telling the truth, you sell with a different energy. So scarcity is another sales trigger that makes people go, hey, I want in on this. Why? Because there's only 3 left. There's only 2 left. There's only 1 left. There's like hardly any around. So scarcity is another sales trigger that you can use. Okay. Number 12, reciprocity. What does this mean? It basically means I do something for you, therefore you do something for me. Okay. So the law of reciprocity. We've all been in scenarios before where someone's done us a favor. Now, what does that naturally made us want to do? Well, my guess is it's made you want to do something in return, do a favor, so to speak, right? So how does this work in sales? Look, I'm always saying to people, get in the habit of giving first. Give value to people. When we go into sales relationships, we always just want to take. Loads of people just want to take. I want to take that person's money. I want to get their money. I want to make the sale. Don't get me wrong. Of course we want to sell. Of course we do. But when you go into any sales relationship with the mindset of going to take from these people, here's what you're actually doing. You're being selfish and you're not actually playing on one of the basic laws of influence, which is reciprocity. I'll do something for you if you do something for me. So give first. What value can you offer someone up front? What favors can you do for people? Can you make them feel like you've done something for them? Now they have to do something for you. Now, let me give you a perfect example of reciprocity. It's actually quite a funny one. Now, I mentioned earlier on that I love going into Louis Vuitton, right? And it's not just Louis Vuitton. A lot of stores do this, but I'm just picking Louis Vuitton as an example. You go and walk into Louis Vuitton, and providing it's not absolutely rammed in there, because sometimes they don't have time to do this, but when it's relatively quiet and you're an important client as well, you walk in and you know what they do? They say, hey, sir, oh, nice to see you again. Good to have you here. Take a seat, sir. Take a seat. Let me take your bag. Take a seat. Take a seat. Okay. Are you thirsty, sir? Would you like a drink? Some champagne, perhaps, sir? And you're like, well, it's gone midday. Why not? Oh, I'll have a glass of champagne. It's fine. No problems. Are you hungry at all, sir? We've got some nibbles out, but I'll bring some out. I'll bring some nibbles for you. I'll bring you a drink, bring you some nibbles. Now, you're sitting there. You haven't bought anything yet. You've drank their champagne. You've had their snacks. Someone's buying something today. Why? Because you feel like, oh, I need to do something back now. They've done something for me. I need to do something for them. They know what they're doing. These are sales triggers. So law of reciprocity. What can you do for others which will make them feel that, hey, you know what? You gave me something and you didn't have to do that. So yeah, so-and-so might be more cheaper down the road or whatever it is. But do you know what? I want to give you my business because you helped me out, or you did me a turn, or you did me a favor. So the law of reciprocity kicks in. It's really, really good. Okay. Then number 13, the last one, this sales trigger here I believe for many of us, it's caught us out so many times and it will continue to catch us out. However, it's one that you can use when you're selling to your prospects, okay? And that is novelty. What does that mean? Can you make your product look as if it's something new, especially if it's not new, all right? If you're going into an industry where it's actually not new what you're doing, but if you can make it sound like it's a new thing, here's what happens. Our brains release dopamine because we like new stuff. Ever heard of shiny object syndrome? Well, that's what it is. If you like new stuff, stimulates your brain, dopamine goes off, it's exciting, it's new, and because of that, it makes people want to buy. It triggers them to buy. So often I say to people who are going into industries or markets where actually what you're selling isn't new, there's loads of people doing it right now, then I often say to them, how can you package it up and make it sound like it's something new, but it's really the same as what everybody else does? Now, some of the best ways to do that is to have a methodology. So if you've got a system or a methodology or a particular way of delivering on a particular outcome, then dress that up as your intellectual property and it will just sound new. For example, coaches. This is an easy example. This novelty stuff works with anyone. Product-based businesses, service-based businesses, doesn't matter. But look, coaches do this a lot. They'll say, hey, come and join I'm a life coach and I can help you over 8 weeks. I've got an 8-week coaching program where I'm going to help you, overcome and build your best life and and all that kind of stuff. Okay, fine, great. But then now you're competing with every other life coach that has an 8-week coaching package, right? It doesn't sound new. However, if you say to them, hey, I have a brand new method of getting you from feeling like you're just existing to actually living your life again. And it's called my Life Accelerator Blueprint. It's brand new. No one else has done it before. And it helps you go from feeling like you're just going through the motions and existing to actually living your life again. Would you like to know more? Suddenly people are like, hey, it sounds new, brand new, never existed before, never heard of it. Life Accelerator Method. Wow, that sounds brilliant. It's the same 8-week life coaching package. You just dressed it up. Make sense? So what I'm trying to say to you is if you can trigger off novelty, it will help people to buy. So remember, 13 sales triggers that you can use right now to improve your sales and sell anything to anyone at any given time. Number 1, speed. Number 2, money. Number 3, certainty. Number 4, pain. Number 5, convenience. Number 6, FOMO, fear of missing out. Number 7, exclusivity. Number 8, status. Number 9, fear. Number 10, demand. Number 11, scarcity. Number 12, reciprocity. And number 13, novelty. Okay? So, hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you are watching this either on YouTube right now or you're listening to this on my podcast itself or wherever you're watching this right now, do me a favor, okay? Like and subscribe to whatever platform you're watching this on. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you smash the notification bell as well after you subscribe to know that you are actually going to get notified whenever I put more content out like this. And let me have some of your comments down below. If you're watching this on YouTube, let me know down below. What are your thoughts? Are there any more sales triggers you're aware of? Have you been caught out by any of the 13 that I've just shared with you? I'd love to hear down below, and I would read your comments as well and interact with you as well. If you're listening on my Mind Over Money podcast right now, I appreciate you guys for listening in. Please make sure you implement these steps. And if you are listening on my podcast, make sure you subscribe to my podcast and leave a review so other people can benefit from this content too. Okay? So I appreciate you guys. And until next time, this is Jessen James signing out. And this has been 13 sales triggers that will help you sell anything to anyone at any given time. Use them and let me know how you get on.
You've been listening to the Mind Over Money podcast with Jessen James. Don't forget to subscribe and follow on all the channels, links in the show notes. Please also leave a review and visit www.jessenjames.com to find more resources on how to create the life you deserve.